Hello and very happy to see you on our channel again. Today we give you a piece of breaking news from a royal expert. Prince Harry is too depressed, and if Harry exits their marriage, Meghan will be shocked. Yes, the second Harry exits their marriage, Meghan won't have the mystique or cachet of royalty, and without that, Meghan's not interesting. She needs Harry so much, and as unhappy as he is reported to be with Meghan and living in the States, he could do the world a huge favor by leaving. Leaving his unhappy existence next to Meghan, who shows her friends the texts Prince Charles sends her, who doesn't have pics of Archie on her new mansion, but does have pics of her and the Queen and Prince Charles, Meghan needs that royal connection. It's funny, I've not read that Meghan or Harry have any photos of them with Prince William or Catherine. But it's not funny, it's tragic. Meghan is a woke royal pretender who uses her royal ties to live in luxury. Meghan doesn't want to do good and go work in a soup kitchen. No, she wants a symbiotic life, and Harry got her this far. Meghan, by the way, is a feminist who uses men to climb her ladder of success, meaning getting richer and living the best, most expensive life possible. In her latest gig, for which she begged and had to use a college connection to snag, Meghan interviewed Emily Ramshaw, the CEO of The 19. Meghan spoke more than Ramshaw, and it was classic Meghan. She told Ramshaw that women must use their voices. Again, by now I could write the speeches for Meghan, as they are tedious and full of plagiarizing. So I do understand people wondering when we won't hear of Markle anymore. People would lose interest in the woke one if her royal husband left, and if he decides to stay, even though he's depressed, according to sources close to him, when their titles are taken, they're just regular people. Harry is slowly losing his royalty. Oh, not in that way. No, he's still a prince, but honestly, a prince who absconds and takes off for better country in his eyes isn't really a prince any longer, and his mystique is fading. His royalty doesn't look so royal after all. You do realize how many royals live in the States, right? An Ethiopian prince, the last survivors of the Russian royal family, Prince Michael of Kent's son, some Romanian royals, Princess Eugenie works in New York City, and Princess Beatrice takes classes in the US. The exiled royals of Iran dwell in the States too, and many other exiled royals live in the States. Why don't we hear about the many other royals in the world? Why don't we read 10 new stories about Prince William and his family every day? Because they do want their privacy, but Meghan desires no such thing. She sold Harry on that silly contrived premise, and anyone who thought Meghan seriously craved privacy was foolish and didn't see her clearly enough. Meghan has 2 PR firms working for her to keep placing her in the news. Once fewer people click on her stories, the less relevant she becomes, and then fewer stories will follow, and Meghan will circle the drain. Meghan needs Harry until she becomes a household name in her own right, if she ever does. Take heart, once the pandemic clears and Hollywood gets back up and running, we will hear very little about Meghan or Harry. The world will have finally moved on and will follow those in films, news, talk. After this pandemic, I think Harry will get all the privacy he wanted, and so will his wife. Meghan Markle was waiting for the mansion purchase. Now she has what she dreamed of, a huge mansion near celebs. She has locked it. I have a hard time believing Harry even thinks about wanting out of the marriage at the moment anyway. They seem to hype each other up from one thing to another, spinning like 2 hurricanes desperate to be relevant and seen. Then suddenly the next Meghan story pops up, unwanted on your phone. It's the planned daily news release by Scobie, the daily digital news update, the approved by Meghan scoop from yet another friend. Clearly, the intent of this couple is to be considered royalty in the US. I guess they told that to everyone in their book title, Finding Freedom, the making of a modern new royal family. Good luck with that. Americans don't care about royalty, but we love and respect Queen Elizabeth. We also loved Princess Diana as she was tender and genuine. Then we cared for her boys. One is stable, honorable, and has leaned into his commitment. The other has washed out to sea in his ship laden with greed, with his shrew at the helm, and too far off course to ever return safely. Although we keep reading that Meghan will eventually leave Harry, I've always felt that if they separate, it will be Harry who will be the one to instigate it. Their intense love affair can only surely burn out and dim in time, and I think that Harry will start to see clearly that this lifestyle is not what he envisaged. He wanted a loving, supporting wife to be at his side and a couple of children, and I think he would have had them, been more content with his lot in the UK and within the royal family. He was a wonderful, well-liked ambassador for his causes and charities, and I'm sure he must miss terribly not having personal contact with them. The easing of pandemic restrictions would have meant Harry could have, with care, gone out to them. It would have put a smile back on his face. He must also surely be aware and saddened to know that a lot have lost respect for him. I feel that he can never be entirely happy and at peace with himself, knowing the hurt and upset he's caused to his blood family. Very sad that Harry is more often than not referred to in the past tense. When all of the excitement of change settles, when getting his new home furnished is complete, and when paying for gardeners and others to tend to the upkeep of a mansion hits his finances, when the walls and 19 bedrooms echo lonely and hollow, Harry may realize a mansion means nothing without the life and family he left behind. I wonder how long it's going to take him. Do you think Meghan Markle and Prince Harry will ever return to the UK to live, or even just to visit? If they were ever to return, what would the reaction be of UK residents? I would be very surprised if Meghan ever set foot in the UK again, and I suspect she would be booed if she did so. Her Majesty the Queen has passed on 2 patronages to the Duchess of Sussex, the National Theatre, and the Association of Commonwealth Universities, and yet she has already fully aware that they would not be staying in the UK to fulfill those obligations. And the site on which these patronages were announced, the Duchess of Sussex, her own section of royal.uk, the web pages of the royal family. It is despicable that she should accept these roles when she was already planning their escape. I accept that they hope to have their cake and eat it all, but that should have been discussed with the Queen and other members of the royal family before taking up these roles. Quite apart from anything else, how did they think they would be available to support these charities activities if they were living 5,000 miles away? Similarly, they should have told the Queen when they were planning to live outside the UK, when they accepted the roles of President and VP in the Queen's Commonwealth Trust. But it is obvious to all that they didn't. They were happy to go on accepting everything they were offered while planning to escape. Not nice. If Harry returns, it will be with head bowed and tail between his legs. It may be because Meghan has decided there is greener grass elsewhere. She has her house. She has Harry's baby to ensure continued royal family support. She might already be on the lookout for richer pickings. Well, she'll have to wait until after Harry's birthday so he can go to David Foster's party. Cynical maybe, but she has form. I doubt she would return the engagement ring, though. It may be because of the death of one of his grandparents, in which case there's another cause for him to moan over. Wasn't there to provide support for his grandparents when they needed him? Tough. Grow up. Your choice. Live with it. It may be for other reasons, but the book Finding Freedom, which Meghan and Harry thought would exonerate them from their decision to leave the toxic royal family to make their millions elsewhere, has, as far as they were concerned, bombed. If it makes any money, well, they'll get some financial gain, but it certainly hasn't won them the global support at least Meghan thought would follow publication. If anyone takes them on, perhaps they too will receive the same treatment before long. As for Meghan and Harry, well, Meghan may love Montecito with her rich neighbors and acquaintances, but when push comes to shove, how many of them are actually friends? How about you? What do you think of the royal expert's point of view? Please let us know in the comment section below. Don't forget to like and share it with your own followers. And as always, subscribe to our channel for all the latest news on the royal family, Meghan Markle, and Prince Harry right here. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.